warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and good morning everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Neni Novianti from Department of Political Science, Universitas Siliwangi, Kelas B. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who watched the news today or just look at the latest update on social media? There are many cases that are ignored or even ignored at all by the government. So there is a lot of speculation and even question about law in our country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are the law in our country is fair or just according to justice efforts? So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we will discuss about law enforcement issues in our country. Well, is it true that the law in our country are still blunt upward and sharp downwards? If all of you are still confused and ask, was it the law of blunt up and sharp down? I hope my explanation here can be understood well. In fact, this term emerged because of the imposition of different sentences between the upper class and the lower class and was felt to be unfair to the lower class. Because when the lower class people, or let's say poor people, break the law, even though it's not big mistake, they will be given severe punishment that are equivalent to corruption case and even more than that. Example include the following case: Minah grandmother, and the case about theft of flip-flops from a member of the Central Sulawesi Regional Police Mobile Brigade, which made a vocational school student a subject and threatened with a sentence of 5 years in prison. This case illustrated how poor the quality of law enforcement in our country. Even though there are so many cases of corruption in our country that they just get away with it and get away from the law, or only receive life sentences that are disproportionate to the loss experienced by this country. Or even in the case that they are arrested, they will receive luxurious facilities, and which is very unfortunate. And not only that, one of the cases that really made me wonder about the laws of this country was when the case of the wrongful arrest of 3 buskers who were forced to admit to having killed the person they helped went viral. In fact, it was reported that they were treated unfairly and very harshly in prison, but several years later, they were assisted by LBH and were proven innocent. Because of the cruel and harsh treatment they received in prison, they filed a lawsuit, but the government did not comply with the reason that the lawsuit was expired because it was only submitted after 3 years. We as a society must ask question, what about the painful life they have lived in prison, and who will be responsible for their mental and physical health who have been treated far from well, and what about the social sanction that they and their family received in the past? Indeed, the problem of law enforcement is never ending. A justice and law enforcement system that function well in maintaining social order and assuring legal order. However, regarding the problem of law enforcement in Indonesia, the authorities are still making effort to improve it. Because so far the justice system and law enforcement have actually created a sense of insecurity and fair solution for society, and have not provide guarantees of justice for society. Therefore, the legal forms sharp upwards and blunt downwards has emerged. This problem of law enforcement in Indonesia causes legal uncertainty, especially for the poor. This also leads to reduced public trust in law enforcement officials due to unclear decisions given by law enforcement. In short, law enforcement in Indonesia is still far from ideal and in line with society expectation. There is a legal gap, which is a situation where there is a discrepancy and imbalance in the demands, sentence, or requirements given by law enforcers to the community. If we look at the many cases or injustice in law enforcement, the slogan of Indonesia as a rule of law seems like a slogan without any real evidence in its application or practice because of the many abuse of authority by various parties for their own interests. My hope is that in the future, law enforcers must be more careful and fair in carrying out their duties so that public trust in the law is not lost, because if public trust is lost, there will be chaos. However, this does not mean that small cases should not be tried in accordance with the applicable legal process. It is just that cases like this should be given a appropriate sentence and should not be acquitted by sentence for corruptor or even existed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. I hope all of you will understood what I said. So, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Menetapkan, 1. Menyatakan hak menuntut dan kerugian para pemohon gugur karena kedaluarsa. 2. Menolak permohonan para pemohon untuk sebelumnya. 3. Pembebasan biaya perkara kepada para pemohon sejumlah ini.
Kuasa hukum penggugat dari LBH Jakarta menyatakan gugatan sudah dilayangkan sebelum masa kedaluarsa habis, yakni 3 bulan setelah penggugat menerima salinan putusan yang berkekuatan hukum tetap.